Hello. I do apologize once again for the sporadic videos here for all of my faithful followers, all 3 of you. Your continued support as we work through these technical difficulties is appreciated. Yeah. So welcome. Today we're hitting some hamstrings. You want to wave? The sun is setting in a most unfortunate manner. Anyway. Nice signal, Jack. Yeah, hamstrings. Gonna crush some machine first. Some hamstring leg curls, and then we're gonna get some RDLs, and then we're gonna get whatever comes after that I can't remember. And then something else, and then something else. Do you remember what it is?
Why would I know?
You've done it a couple times. Your memory's better than mine. I'm kind of dragging a bit today, so I have this lovely monster, and it's it's doing its job. I tell you what, I just gotta slam the whole thing and try not to fill my pants. I think that's the game we like to play with caffeine. It's like brown roulette, you know. Update on the car talk. I have sourced a rear end on Facebook. It comes off of a 2001 Audi that a guy is parting out. It was his grandpa's truck, or car rather. It's only got allegedly 40,000 miles on it, but the timing skipped, so the motor's blown, and he's like, I'm not rebuilding it. So he's just gonna part it out. And I'll go over there Saturday and pick it up. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. I'm gonna have to take it all apart myself. It's gonna be a nightmare. Thank goodness, though, I got a cordless impact driver, or impact gun, for Christmas, because that will cut my workload drastically. I think it's going to save me a hell of a lot of headache, and I am very appreciative of that. Goodness, you know. Yeah, that's gonna be a game changer. Okay. So, yeah, what I'm gonna have to do is I'll have to disconnect the axles from the knuckles, and then I think you can just take down the subframe support beams and just drop the entire subframe with the differential axle, upper and lower subframe all combined, and then I'll just have to take the brakes and hubs and knuckles off separately. The whole thing's going to weigh about 16 billion pounds, and I will be pretty damn impressed if I can get it in the back of my truck without having to take it apart further. We'll see. But the project continues, and I'm beginning to consider at this point, or beginning to reconsider at this point, because I'm curious if it's actually worth all the work, because it's going to involve a unbelievable amount of labor. I mean, swapping in the transmission, the gearbox, the 6-speed itself is going to be the easiest part by far. And then I'm going to have to reroute the exhaust, and then where the exhaust currently is, where the exhaust currently is where the drive shaft is going to go. And then, wrong gear. And then I'm going to have to drop the fuel tank and put the other fuel tank on. I don't know how that's going to mount. I'll probably have to make some custom straps for it. And then actually getting the rear end in there, they're similar enough that some of the parts fit, but not everything, and I'm going to have to fuss and finagle and fabricate. Do you have any other F words? Not that one. Not that one. But I'm going to have to...
Finagle.
I already said that. Fart with it. A lot. And so, my point is, I'm not actually sure that I want to do all that. And having assembled all the parts, there's a lot of people online that are willing to shell out a pretty decent amount of dough for said parts because they're getting harder to find. People want to do this same swap that I'm doing. There's a high demand. These parts are 20 plus years old. They don't make them anymore. They're never going to make them again. So I could essentially double or triple what probably even more than that. But by an order of 2 or 3 or 4 times increase my investment by just bundling all the parts together and selling them to somebody else who wants to do the swap. And I'm considering it because it's a good bit of money, first of all. And second of all, it means that I wouldn't actually have to do the work. But it would, on the other hand, though, it would be the greatest technological, or not the greatest mechanical achievement that I've done to date. However, it would probably involve this car sitting on jack stands in the garage for the better part of a year. And I think there are some people who would not be supremely stoked about that. So, because by my estimate, depending on how much stuff I screw up, how many bolts I shear, etc., how much crap I need to deal with, it's going to be upwards of 30 or 40 continuous hours of wrenching, cutting, welding, cursing, crying, bashing my knuckles, etc. So, but, we'll burn that bridge when we skin that cat. You know what I'm saying? Life's a journey, and you can't pickle it if you don't got brine. You can piss in a bucket with a hole in it, but you're never going to fill it up. You know what I'm saying? Like a squirrel without any teeth, you're just sucking on nuts.
Like to suck on nuts?
No. If one is, you ever watch Dr. Phil? But, yeah, so that's the update, I guess, with the car talk. Keep me tuned. If you guys have any comments about it, what do you think I should do, etc., let me know, and I will take it to heart. I will consider it. On the other hand, if anybody wants to buy a 2000 Beetle, 4 motions swapped, 10 grand can be yours. But beyond that, I'm suddenly very hungry. That's super convenient now that we're just going to the gym. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say. I'm looking forward to getting some oh yeah, let me know what you guys think about the phone versus camera videos. If you have an opinion on that. Doing it on my camera the quality is much better. I have to, that's objectively true. The film quality, the audio quality, etc. It's just that it's much more of a pain in the butt to process and render and upload versus on my phone, because on my phone I can, and just pop it on the line, no problem. If I do it with my camera, I gotta transfer the files and import them and concatenate them and export them and then upload it. It's just sort of a pain in the butt. But if it's worth it to y'all, then I will probably do it more. I just really like the convenience of doing it on my phone, and that's the way I've been doing it since day one. So, but either way. Anyway, here we go to the gym. See you guys in like 15 minutes. Alright, so, leg curls, we got Fat Boy Slim blasting in the background. Allegedly, I was doing 180 on this John. We'll see about that. I'm gonna try it at least, I guess. Screw it. Can't hurt, right? Till I tear my hamstring. I'm gonna put this back to where it was. There. I know, we're looking for 12. This is probably too heavy, though. Who knows? I'll adjust it if I got to. Oh, shoot. Okay, so it definitely was too heavy, but I still did a decent set, so. Whew. I'm gonna drop it down to 160. I got an itch on my back. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Struggling today, but the pump is immense already. So. Oh, I'm gonna scream. Oh, fudge. Wow. The strength just isn't there today. Alright, last set. This is super, super light here. So, should be easy. I totally wasn't counting. I have no idea how many that was.
I think the transmission's gonna go out
Before the motor? Yeah. Alright. RDL. Lightweight, 3-second negatives. I'm gonna do 65s. Which is lightweight. That is 130, right? 65 times 2? Thank you. I'm getting conflicting information here. Oh, mommy. Oh, sweetness. Oh. Oh. Okay, maybe a bit heavier and maybe a bit tighter on the belt. All right. I think I'm gonna do one more set because I'm just cramping up all over. I'm either dehydrated or something. But I'm gonna hit one more set of this and then we'll move on. Had Joe on that last one.